Hello, this is Ashley Norris and my Module 5 Barriers to Web 2.0 presentation. In my summary of the articles, just kind of as a collective piece, my understanding of them is despite our definite need to be technologically literate, we face several challenges, from cost to teachers' time or willingness to learn the new technology to pass along to the students. It will be essential that we overcome these barriers so that we can prepare our future workforce for the 21st century. And that one of our main challenges is, of course, we cannot force students' households to support our vision for increasing technology in the districts by having them have the bandwidth service at home. So that's something that we have to take into consideration, but it's something that we are definitely going to have to overcome, as many curriculums are going to a digital format. I have the Great Barrier Reef here. We have something that is wonderful and beautiful as kind of a barrier to us, but hopefully what we can see on the other side will be worth it in the end. So do I feel that the digital divide can be resolved? Why or why not? I hate to be a pessimist, but I'm going to say no. There are just too many variables at play when it comes to cost or the students' availability outside of school to tap into those resources. And also that technology is ever changing and it can be outdated once a district decides to purchase that technology. An example of that would be the virtual reality headsets that we have, or goggles rather, which are wonderful. They're brand new to the district, but when we got to sample them at a professional learning day, something that I noticed is it definitely wasn't the best technology that's available, or perhaps slightly outdated. Given that it's a very great concept, but the phones that are put into the goggles are very pixelated, so it's not necessarily the best technology that's available. Another thing that we have learned about are puzzle lock boxes. And again, what's nice about those is they're great for the first time, but to keep it interesting and challenging to do a concept like that, new locks and things are going to have to be purchased over and over again because students will be able to figure them out. So again, it's a wonderful thing that we have coming up, but unfortunately I feel that digital divide is not solvable. So what skill sets do I feel we need for 21st century readiness? I think that we definitely need to think in terms of 22nd century preparedness to make our students global ready. As someone that was in the professional corporate field, when I was looking to hire people, it was a challenge if they didn't have these set skills that I have here, just basic computer skills, ability to work spreadsheets, data entry, web-based research, and also to communicate professionally through electronic means. And something that I feel that students shouldn't lose sight of is how to collaborate and actually, what I like to call, to people. Students still need to learn those essential skills to collaborate and have professionalism, especially in the day and age of social media, have internet safety and, of course, cyberbullying awareness. But most importantly, those literacy skills and how to be professional in, a written format, because that's what you use for online, unless, of course, you're doing a video like this. But also how they communicate that way too needs to be in a professional manner. So again, need to not forget the people aspect of the technology as we grow in this digital age. So the impact of global economy has had on me personally Pretty much everything we do anymore is online, from financials, bills, shopping, the communication that we have. Most of us communicate through social media or texting or email, and that's just kind of a quick way to get a hold of somebody. And also, it's required for our jobs. As a teacher, my husband is a director of IT. It's required that we have high-speed internet at our house in the event that he's on call and needs to remote in and fix something. The way to do that, you have to have a very wide bandwidth of internet to be able to even do our job successfully. And technology training that I still need to effectively integrate technology would definitely be the Google G Suite, as we're getting those Chromebooks. I know there are so many resources and so many different ways to utilize this that I'm still learning about. I know of some, and I know that there's just many, many more out there. So is our school or district equipped with 21st century technology? Absolutely. We have Promethean boards, laptops, there's wireless throughout our district, the virtual reality goggles that I mentioned earlier, and during our professional learning days we do have many classes that have to do with technology and how to utilize them. And next year we will be going one-to-one with the Chromebooks at the high school, and I know they're working at it for the middle school level as well. So that's something exciting that we're looking forward to. But with that, as teachers, we need to utilize those Chromebooks to their fullest and learn what digital resources we have available to us to make those the best that they can be for the students. So the advantages of innovative practices in schools, it just prepares students for what's next, whether that be directly going into a career or going into college. We need to definitely make them ready for that next step so that they're prepared to be a productive member of society. And those communication skills are essential, especially as these are going to be the new leaders that are coming up, that they have those communication skills and to do whatever job that they want to do. So disadvantages that we see, or that I see, we can become too reliant on technology. As we know, what if it goes down and you have your lesson plan just all set on what you're going to do digitally, and it's not working. So you have to have a backup plan, of course, in that time, but we can't become too reliant because it can go down. Another thing that I can foresee that I am a little hesitant on is learned or enabled helplessness when it comes to students learning. We don't want them to be 100% fully relying on the technology, because that doesn't replace the learning. Technology is a tool for the learning, but not a replacement for it. And an example that I'd like to share is like a calculator versus mental math. Mental math is something that should be learned, and yes, we have a calculator towards, to make sure that it's correct or whatnot, but sometimes it's needed that you should be able to calculate something in your head and not have to rely on a machine. So lastly, have I experienced problems with cyberbullying or other inappropriate internet use? Personally, this is my 4th week teaching ever, so I have not seen this yet. I'm sure that that's something that I could experience later. I have had a questionable bout with a Kahoots quiz that I gave as far as the team names, so having to remind them to use appropriate names for that. And also, I haven't been too much of a stickler on the cell phones in the classroom, because I actually make them use them for my lessons sometimes. If they're going to have them, they might as well use them for educational purposes. But I am a first-year teacher, so I still have a lot to learn myself. So This concludes my presentation. I thank you very much and hope you have a great week.